Hi, it's me again, Rains TV, and welcome back to my channel. Kung bago ka pa lang sa aking channel, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at pindutin ang notification bell para lagi kang updated sa aking mga bagong upload.
I give you my heart.
Dumako naman tayo sa programang pang-edukasyon. Meron po tayong tinatawag na Project Ease at Tabang OFW. Ang Project Ease ay ang pagbibigay ng cash assistance worth 10,000 pesos kada taon sa loob ng 4 na taon para sa mga qualified beneficiaries ng OFW na nasa kolehiyo. Sa huling tala, mayroon na po tayong 2,210 na mga OFWs na nakatanggap ng Project Ease. Ang Tabang OFW ay ang pagbibigay ng one-time financial assistance worth 30,000 pesos para sa qualified dependents ng ating mga OFWs na nawalan ng trabaho, napauwi o nasawi dahil sa pandemya. Para magbigay pa po ng mga karagdagang impormasyon patungkol sa Project Ease at Tabang OFW, makakausap po natin ang OWA Region 7 Director, Ma'am May Codilla. Ma'am May, kamusta po kayo dyan? Pwede niyo po ba kaming bigyan ng update sa ating mga OFWs na nag-avail ng programang ito at kamusta po ang proseso?
Hello, DA Mocha. For the Tabang OFW, this is a program implemented by Dole OWA and in partnership with CHED Unifast. And this is intended for dependents of repatriated, displaced, or deceased OFWs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Actually, this is a subsidized assistance for tertiary education. This is a one-time grant of 30,000 pesos for the school year 2020-2021 to qualify dependents of either an active or inactive OWA OFW member or even undocumented OFW. So who are qualified for Tabang OFW are those college level dependent, one college level dependent of a repatriated, displaced, or deceased OFW who is either an active or inactive OWA member during the COVID-19 outbreak. So in other words, if you are a married OFW, then your child or even your spouse can avail of the program. Or if you are a single OFW, the sibling or the sister or brother of the single OFW or even the nephew or niece of the single OFW could avail the program. We also have this Project Ease of OWA. It is actually a component of the collective assistance and restoration for emergence program for OFWs and their families affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. This is also an educational assistance in the amount of 10,000 pesos per year for a maximum of 4 years in college level to a qualified dependent of an active OWA OFW member. Who are also eligible for this program are those dependents who are in college, whether in first year college or in the second, third, or fourth year, fifth year college. So if you are a married OFW, then your child can avail of this Project Ease. And if you are a single OFW, your sibling or brother or sister can avail of this 10,000 educational assistance. Now, all these two programs, you can avail this, the OFW dependent can avail this or apply for these two programs online. They don't have to go to our office, as we are observing social distancing this time of pandemic. Then they don't have to come to the office. They only have to access the online system under these two programs. For Tabang OFW, you can access the Tabang OFW-ease, that is ease.owa.gov.ph, or you can even type tabangofw.owa.gov.ph, and then you will only have to fill in the necessary data or information, the online application form, and upload all the documentary requirements. Now, what are these requirements for the Tabang OFW? It's a copy of the passport with the bio page and the signature of the OFW, or the travel document if there's no passport. And there must be a proof of arrival, return to the country, because this program is intended for those who are repatriated at the time of the COVID pandemic, starting on February 1, 2020 and onwards. So it's either as the latest arrival stamp, the passport, or the sticker indicating the arrival date, or the boarding pass of the OFW. And then you also have to submit the proof of loss of employment or displacement. It can be a notice of termination, notice of displacement, or a certification from the employer, or from the manning agency in the case of the seafarers. Or it can be a sworn statement or affidavit if the employer or the agency or the company has not issued a notice of termination or a notice of displacement. No? And then the third one is a proof of relationship of the dependent to the OFW. If if it is a child of a married OFW, is the birth certificate of the child. And if it's a single OFW and the dependent is a sibling, then the documents would be the birth certificate of both the single OFW and the brother or sister, and plus the CENOMAR, certificate of no marriage for the single OFW. Then the fourth one would be the grades of the scholar, the student or the dependent, the grades in the prior semester or the prior school year. And then last would be the proof of enrollment. It could be the study load, the enrollment registration. This one-time grant is intended for the school year 2020-2021. For Tabang OFW, this is also for the deceased OFWs during the time of the COVID pandemic. So as a proof, there must be a death certificate. It can be the foreign death certificate if the OFW died overseas, or if the OFW died in the country but was able to return home during the COVID pandemic but died here in the country. So there must be this death certificate. So these are the basic requirements of the Tabang OFW. Once they have already successfully applied online, then they will get a notification that it is successfully submitted. And our evaluator, OWA, will evaluate the applications online received for Tabang OFW, and the applicant will get a notification or will be informed accordingly, either through text or call or email from us, notifying the status of his or her application. For pending application, of course, there might be lacking documents, and for denied applications, the OFW will also be notified. The application is approved. The application will be printed and will be endorsed to the Dole Regional Office for funding or for release of the amount of 30,000 pesos. Now, how it is being released, the release of the money will be through a remittance center or Kwarta Padala. Now, if they want to know the current status of their application, they can go to our website, owa.gov.ph, or they can just type in tabangtracker.owa.gov.ph, or when they access our website, they will see the tracker there for Tabang OFW. They will just type in their complete name and they will know the status of their application, whether it is still on queue, whether it is denied, whether it is pending, or whether it is approved or released. Okay. Now, whereas for the project is still, the applicant, our OFWs, don't need to go to our office. They can apply. Everything is online. So they will go to is.owa.gov.ph, or they can even type Tabang OFW -is.owa.gov.ph, because even if you our active OFW members can also avail of the Tabang OFW program. So our system is designed that when you apply for it is also carried in the system of Tabang OFW. So when same thing, they have to fill in the necessary data on the online application and upload all the necessary documents. The requirements for project is more or less the same with Tabang, but we only have the passport, travel document, or proof that they have returned home during the COVID pandemic from February 1 onwards. And then they can, if they don't have the latest arrival stamp, then they can submit the boarding pass indicating the arrival date, then the proof of enrollment, and the grades of the student or the dependent of the prior semester or year level. Of course, we have to check because we have to check the OWA membership. They need also to submit the proof of membership, but we can always check already as we evaluate or process the OWA membership if it's active or not. For the OWA membership, we can always check the OWA membership of the OFW for the project is because the membership has to be active. Then they don't have, they don't even have, if they don't have the proof of membership, we can always check our database. Now, after all this, just like Tabang, our evaluator, our processor sa OWA, they will evaluate or process the application on a first come first served basis. So in other words, according to the date applied. Okay, so whether it is approved, denied, or pending, then they will receive a call or text or email from us notifying them of the status of their application. Now, especially for those applications which are pending, that they need to submit lacking documents, this is going to be emailed as well to them. Now, once the application is approved for the project is, then we will, as we notify the applicant or the OFW for the approved application, then we will brief them on what would be the next step. In our case, we schedule the orientation or briefing about the scholarship agreement. While we are scheduling the briefing or orientation, the scholarship agreement, and for them to sign the scholarship agreement, we are also processing the payment of the 10,000 pesos financial assistance. So once they are scheduled, we provide them the briefing. It can be virtual actually. The briefing and orientation about the scholarship agreement provisions is through virtual actually. They don't have to come here also, especially those coming from outside Cebu, in Bohol, Negros Oriental, and Siquijor. Now, after the briefing, they will sign the scholarship agreement, and once this is signed and notarized, then they can already submit it to us and claim the check of 10,000 pesos. So same with Tabang, if they want to know the current status of their application, if they haven't received any notification that it is already approved, or they might not be able to receive it through email because there might be something wrong or what, they can always go to our website and just click the tracker for Project Ease, and they will know the status already of their application. Now, and they can always also call us, if they cannot email us, if they cannot use the tracker, they can always call the regional office through our hotline numbers. As of now, we already have 2,045 applications received for both programs because, as I said, whether you apply for Tabang or Ease, it is already carried in the system. So far, for Tabang OFW, because it is the Department of Labor and Employment who will release the money or the amount of 30,000, as of today, there were 88 beneficiaries for Tabang who had already received the 30,000 pesos. So that is 2.6 million. Now, we are expecting, we have still 242 approved applications that are already endorsed to Dole for funding. So anytime now, as soon as the funds are available for release, then these beneficiaries will only have to wait for the advice of M. Dulier for them to claim the amount. So they don't even have to go to our office or go to Dole office. They just have to claim it through the ML Dulier. And for Project Ease, we have already 161 approved applications. In fact, we have released the 10,000 pesos financial assistance to 130 dependents of OFWs. It's still ongoing. We still accept from day-to-day applications, and we are trying our best to process them as they come.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am May Codilla mula sa Region 7.
Thank you, DA, for giving us the opportunity to update our OFWs and their families of what has been happening in our region also, and with regards to the implementation of our programs, especially programs intended for the affected OFWs of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Ngayon naman po, narito ang ilan sa mga beneficiaries ng Tabang OFW at Project Ease.
Hello, my name is John Luis Charles D. Salazar. I am 20 years old and I live in Pueblo de Oro Park Place, Babagdos, Lapu-Lapu City. And I am a student nurse at the University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue. The OFW in my family is my father, Richard Recarte Salazar. My father works as an electronics engineer at the company called Via Optronics at Nuremberg, Germany. The program in OWA that we avail de MOCA is the Project Ease program. It helps us to continue my education at school so that I can help my family to give us a brighter future. For how we learn about the Project Ease program is because my father is the member of OWA and he learned it from OWA. Thank you very much for helping us. It's been hard for all of us due to the pandemic. It gives us hope.
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. I am Shania Manis, a 5th-year student taking up Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. I am a resident of Baguio City here at Cordillera Administrative Region, and I am proud to say that I am one of the students helped by the EASE program provided by OWA. At nag-apply po kami sa programa na ito dahil nalaman po namin na nagbibigay ng tulong ang OWA para sa mga OFW na may pinag-aaral. Very thankful po ako dahil malaking tulong sa akin ang EASE program para maipagpatuloy ko ang aking pag-aaral. Kaya lubos po akong nagpapasalamat sa buong ahensya ng OWA. Thank you very much for helping me achieve my dreams. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Hello po, ako po si Jezreel Giramel, isang nursing student ng TLT College Incorporated. Gusto ko pong magpasalamat sa ibinigay ninyong tulong dahil ito po ay nagbigay ng pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy po ako sa pag-aaral ko ngayon. Yung ipinahatid po ninyong tulong ang siyang ginamit ko upang makapagbayad po ng aking tuition fee. Sana po ay hindi po kayo magsawang tumulong sa mga kagaya kong estudyante na may mataas na pangarap. Bigyan pa po sana kayo ng may kapal ng lakas upang ipagpatuloy ang inyong naumpisahang programa. Maraming salamat po.
Hello, ako si Manel Briones, isang OFW. Nag-work ako sa isang cruise ship for 7 years. Ang anak ko nga pala, dependent ko si Kate Valdez. Second-year student sa University of Baguio. Nabalitaan ko yung project ng OWA, itong EASE, Cash Assistance Scholarship. So, nag-decide ako na mag-apply dahil sa pandemic para makatulong sa anak ko. So, papasalamat ako sa OWA kasi na-approve naman yung application. Kaya, sinikap ko i-submit lahat ng requirements.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wasima Umar, living in Biaba, Magmarawi City. I am currently studying at Mindanao State University main campus, first year student, taking up BS Agriculture, major in Animal Science. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to be part of the scholars of Project Ease. Sana marami pa kayong matulungan in the near future.
My name is Stacy Brillo, a first-year college student taking the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management from Nasipit, Agusan del Norte. I am a beneficiary of the TABANG OFW Educational Assistance Program. I would like to send my gratitude to Dolly and OWA for this program that helps a lot of qualified OFWs that is affected by this global pandemic with college dependence on their studies.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Jan Iverson S. de Lesma, taga-barangay Maya Crossing, Lucena City. Isa po ako sa nakatanggap ng Tabang OFW mula sa Regional Welfare Office. Isa po ang aking mga magulang sa napauwi dahil sa epekto ng COVID-19. Nagpapasalamat po kami at kami ay natulungan ng programang Tabang OFW para sa aming pag-aaral. Sa tulong at programa na inyong pinagkaloob sa amin, muli po, maraming salamat po.
Hi! Mayong adlaw. Ako po si Carl Jason D. Hernilla mula sa probinsya ng Iloilo. Isa po ako sa nakatanggap ng tulong mula sa programang Tabang OFW ng OWA. Nag-apply po kami sa programang Tabang OFW ng OWA para matustusan ang aking pag-aaral. Kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat na isa kami sa natulungan ng programang ito. Maraming salamat.
Buenos dias! Ako po si Escrival Shopi Buenafe na taga Zamboanga City, Zamboanga del Sur. Isa po ang aking magulang sa napauwi dahil sa epekto ng COVID-19. Nag-apply po kami sa OWA ng Tabang OFW para matugunan ang aking pangangailangan, pati na rin ang pangangailangan ng aking mga kapatid sa pag-aaral. At dahil dito, nagpapasalamat po kami at kami ay natulungan sa programang ito para sa aming pag-aaral. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayo.
Magandang araw po, ako po si Daryl Faye Macalood mula sa Mugpog, Marinduque. Isa po ako sa nakatanggap ng Tabang OFW. Nag-apply po kami sa OWA ng Tabang OFW para makatulong sa aking pag-aaral at mabili ang mga kagamitan na kinakailangan sa aking kurso. Nagpapasalamat po kami at kami ay natulungan ng Tabang OFW para sa aking pag-aaral.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok sa ating programa. Naway marami po tayong natutunan. Maraming salamat sa ating mga regional directors at frontliners ng ating mga regional welfare offices. Para sa mga katanungan patungkol sa mga programang na pag-usapan natin ngayon, magtungo po sa www.owa.gov.ph o kaya naman sa OWA official Facebook page. At meron din po tayong hotline 1348. Paalala lamang po sa ating mga OFW, siguraduhin lamang na kayo ay active OWA member. Maaari po kayong mag-renew ng inyong membership sa OWA mobile app. Dahil sa OWA, ang membro ay protektado.